can you talk a little bit then about what is the story of Moonback? Like, what's that, narrative there of why do we need it? Why did you guys create it? What do you hope to, make better for us normal humans out here?
It started with a frustration. So just before COVID, I was on a 10-week sabbatical to Japan. And then when I returned, one of the first things that I read was that Booking.com was applying for government Corona support. I think they got like $65 million euros. So that made me very angry because I knew that the company like a year before made like 5 billion in profit. So in 10 minutes, I wrote a LinkedIn post, showing my frustration. And I ended with, if I get 10,000 likes, I will consider a crowdfunding campaign for an alternative.
Really?
And then that LinkedIn post that went viral. And I think I spoke with Mart 1 or 2 hours after I did that post. And I was asking him, how long will it take me to reply to all these messages that I'm getting?
Yeah, will it take me the whole day?
That's insane. I didn't know this. So you basically post a post on LinkedIn frustrated about Booking.com getting the subsidy, and then it goes viral, and you said in it that you would do a crowdfunding, and then it happens. So then you're kind of stuck with, okay, I guess I have to do this.
I guess I have to do it, yeah.
And then you end up doing the campaign and raise $2 million on Crowdabout Now, right? $2 million in how long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. But I think that there was 4 or 5 months between the LinkedIn post and the actual campaign, because there wasn't like a plan. So I did the LinkedIn post, and then after that I thought, oh my God, how am I going to, what did I done? How can I?
But you say that 4 to 5 months, like that's a long time. That's not long from viral LinkedIn post to, raising actual funds. That's quick.
It felt like an age because we had so much stuff to learn and to figure out how to structure the company, if it's even possible and what kind of funds do you need to build an alternative. So there were so many questions that we had to find out and to validate. And so we spoke to a lot of hotels in that time and preparing the campaign. So yeah, maybe it's quick, but it felt like a lot of time.
I bet if you're working that much, then of course it feels a lot longer to you. And so are you mainly targeting, you just mentioned hotels. Are you targeting hotels? You're also targeting private residences like Airbnb style? What's the game plan there?
Only professional accommodation, so not like Airbnb, but no, accommodations in general. And now with the launch, we're focusing primarily on hotels in cities, but that's to find a niche that is that's small enough to be able to
carve out a little spot for yourself. Well, you have great timing because I've seen Airbnb trending, I think 3 times in the past month, and it's always for a bad reason. But it's mainly people frustrated with the product itself. It's not like a scandal, like, a base camp style thing or anything like that. It's more of the most recent one I saw is like, people are posting these photos of their original booking, which will say like $99 per month. And then it will say, $150 cleaning fee, $100 service fee, and then another like fee that came out of nowhere. And they're like, I'm going to start going back to hotels because this is why I started using Airbnb in the first place. And I did the same thing when we went to New York because we started with an Airbnb. The person canceled like 2 months later. So we have less than a month before we're going to New York City. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't do this. This is New York. I can't just get a place to stay in a week, or even a month was difficult. So Airbnb, of course, gave me a credit. So then I, get another room, and then that one cancels as well. And so then I tried to find a hotel, but they were just so expensive. It was, and luckily found one Airbnb, which was like a studio that this guy, a college student, rented out. He was going home for the weekend. He put it up last minute, we grabbed it. But I think that this always seems to happen. It's like Airbnb has started to solve a problem, what we were talking about. And then all of a sudden it morphs into the thing that it was trying to fight in the first place, And so now people are kind of going back towards maybe hotels are a good option. I think hotels started to get a bit of a bad rap because they do usually provide a pretty good service. They are consistent. You can kind of depend on them. And so now for you guys to come in and try to help out, that industry, which has been struggling, sounds like a pretty good opportunity.
I think that's a great point to raise, because one of the most asked questions is, how are you going to move people from the big platforms to your platform? Because they were great, so why would anyone just change what they already know? I mean, for hotels, it's obvious because we offer them a lower fee, etc. But for the consumers, it's less obvious. And it's my biggest challenge in my job to get that happen. But like you say, we take so much for granted and it doesn't work all great, like the examples you tell us now. Mm-hmm. So we did extensive research among hotels, but also consumers to discover what the experience is currently on these bookings platforms and what people actually prefer, how it should work. And with those insights, we are now building a new platform, which we think is a better experience for both consumers, travelers, and hotels and accommodations.
I think the root cause with all these problems that we see with these platforms is that it's not about the product. Products are great, but the company is usually, the company usually sucks because they only care about is the shareholder profit. I think that that should shift from shareholder value to stakeholder value. And I think that's the root cause of all these problems and dominance of big platforms.